You're in your 20s, your friends are out there every weekend, having the time of their lives, living free and carelessly. And for some reason, here you are, sitting in your room on a Saturday, asking yourself, how can I escape the matrix? On the one hand, you are envious of their ability to enjoy themselves and the memories they are making, but on the other hand, you know for sure that they are not making the type of money that can afford the image they are trying to portray. I would have to go and ask my mom for a couple of bucks if I want to go out for drinks. Okay, maybe I don't have to, but at the age of 21, I'm definitely not willing to spend my hard-earned money only to fit in and look like I'm having the time of my life, while I know there's someone out there grinding harder than me. Somewhere there's a 21-year-old sitting in his room every minute of his free time, working on his dreams and his future. 4 years down the line, that guy that was willing to delay gratification by grinding, hustling, and working on his dreams can now afford to go anywhere at any time and spend as much money necessary to have the time of his life, because his hard work and sacrifices had paid off. Now, I don't need to tell you where his friends are. Take a look at yourself in the mirror. That's probably where his friends are. The only exception is that now it's 4 years later, and they just realized that they wasted 4 years of their life to portray an unsustainable image and will live with the consequences for the foreseeable future. Okay, but on a lighter note, if you are watching this video, it is not too late to change your financial situation. And if you are in your 20s, listen up, because if you can follow the 6 steps I'm about to give you, I promise your life will change for the better. Starting with the first step, make saving money a habit. I talked about this in my previous video, and in the book Atomic Habits, James Clear says that your identity is far more important than the outcome. Rather than focusing on the outcome of, say, having $1 million saved up by the age of 28, focus on changing your identity and becoming the type of person that prioritizes saving and their future, pay themselves first and do so consistently, and I promise your end goal will take care of itself. Even if you're not making a ton of money at the moment, that's not the point. Let's say you're making $100 a week. I want you to start saving $10 a week. Now you're thinking, this is stupid, this will never make me rich. And you're right, it won't make you rich. However, it will build the identity and discipline necessary so that when you are making a lot of money, you already have the mindset of someone that prioritizes saving. If you can't learn to save money now, you will never be able to save money. And you will make life a lot harder for yourself than it has to be. The next step is that you need to start investing. Not soon, today. Okay, so you've mastered the first step and started saving money, but if you put a little bit of thought into it, you will very soon realize that your money sitting in a savings account is actually useless. With inflation near all-time highs, you need to find a way to make your money work for you. Just think about it. Money is just useless pieces of paper, or even more so, just a number in your bank account, until it is exchanged for value or put to work. Now, I know what you're thinking. Investing is too complicated and too risky for someone like me. That's a common misconception and couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, investing can be very simple, especially if you focus on low-cost index funds. These type of funds track the performance of a specific market or index, such as the S&P 500, and offer a diverse range of investments at a low cost. Now, this is not financial advice, but by investing in low-cost index funds, you can minimize your risk and maximize your potential for long-term growth. So don't be afraid to start investing in your 20s. It's never too early to start building your wealth and securing your financial future. I started investing 30% of my salary the day I turned 20, and I've never looked back since. I set up a debit order so any month, regardless of my plans or expenses, that fixed amount is automatically invested into the S&P 500 as soon as my salary reflects in my bank account. I realized that this investment will not make me wealthy, at least not in the foreseeable future. However, by investing a fixed percentage of my income for the past year, I have changed my identity to someone that prioritizes my future and is willing to delay gratification because I know the power of compounding when it comes to small decisions and actions. The next piece of advice is that you need to get a credit card as soon as possible. There's a Chinese proverb that says, "The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now." The same goes for credit cards. If you are watching this video and do not have a credit card, I want you to pause this video, hit that like button to thank me for this piece of advice, and go and open a credit card today. Seriously, in my opinion, credit cards are one of the most misunderstood financial tools. If you can learn to use a credit card responsibly, it can truly become an important tool that can help you build wealth. Having a good credit score brings with it a lot of benefits and will allow you to get the lowest interest rates on loans for houses, business loans, or even a car loan. Trust me on this one. Get a credit card as soon as possible and learn to use it as a tool and not a luxury. This brings me to the next step, and that is to increase your income. I know it sounds like I'm just stating the obvious here, but it's one thing to dream about making more money, but it's a completely different thing to actually take action. Here's the cold hard truth. Investing in your Roth IRA or making coffee at home instead of going to Starbucks will not move the needle fast enough and will not make you a millionaire. Yes, doing both of those things is a crucial part in shaping your identity into becoming a financially responsible human being. However, starting a side hustle or a business is by far the most effective way of getting into the millionaire fast lane. There's a quote that says, "Your 9 to 5 pays the bills, your 6 to 10 builds the empire." I just want you to realize that your 9 to 5 will not make you a millionaire and that you are in fact building someone else's empire. Starting a side hustle seems intimidating because you are afraid of failure. Here's the surprise. You will fail before you become successful at anything. And the key is to start as soon as possible so you can get those failures out of the way as soon as possible. This YouTube channel is my side hustle. And yes, I do have a 9 to 5. I realize that I really have nothing to lose because even if I fail multiple times before this channel grows, I will still be earning a steady income from my 9 to 5. At the moment, however, I'm investing almost 50% of my salary into my side hustle, leaving no money for fun or drinks on the weekend because I made a promise to myself that I will make this work and that I want to make a positive impact on the lives of millions. Now, as your income increases, it's important to implement this next step, and that is to live below your means. No, it's not glamorous, but it's fundamental if you want to become a millionaire. If you make $100,000 and you spend $100,000, you're broke, dude. It takes discipline to live below your means, but you can't tell me that it's impossible because I've managed to do so on a low salary. I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy your life, but if you want to keep matching your spendings with your earnings, have fun staying poor. It sounds harsh, but it doesn't take a genius to realize that this will slowly bring you nowhere. You can live below your means while having an exciting and fun lifestyle, but this will mean that you will have to find a way to increase your income so you can spend more money while also living below your means. Now onto my favorite and one of the most important pieces of advice, and that is you need to prioritize your goals. Steve Harvey once said, "If you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person." Think about that for a second. In life, most of the people you are going to encounter will not be nearly as ambitious as you are. You have to realize that your goals are not important to anyone else and that no one is going to come and help you to achieve them. It is up to you to take initiative, and as soon as people see you do this, you are going to get some hate and people trying to bring you down. But remember, if someone is trying to bring you down, that only means that you are above them and have absolutely no reason to value their opinion. No one else will believe in you as much as you do, and in order to achieve your goals, it's okay to sometimes be selfish and to get rid of any distractions and obstacles that stand in your way. This can be hard, and you might have to let go of some people in order to chase your dreams. However, you will have to choose between one of two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. I choose the pain of discipline any day of the week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to see how tiny changes can lead to remarkable results in 2023, I highly recommend that you watch the next video. I'll see you guys very soon.